guess the story of the game was LeBron James. Had one of his best shooting games I've seen in recent memory. Possibly his best overall playoff performance. Well, no, I can't say that. I still think that 48-point game against the Pistons was probably, given the circumstances, his best playoff performance. But this probably might be number two, definitely top three. He's been averaging, I think so far he's averaging close to 11 rebounds a game in this series. And, a lot of people talk about LeBron and his inability to come through in pressure situations. And there's a lot of truth to that. But I remember a lot of times when he was with Cleveland and, he would perform adequately well, adequately, I should say, in these certain situations. I don't think he's any worse than other guys, I still don't think that he's as bad in pressure situations as people make it out to be, but he's gotten, historically I should say, but he has gotten worse in these situations. I guess the only thing that someone could say as far as criticism about him from last night is the game was never really close. So if the game was close, would he have hit these shots? Would he have performed? Would he have been hesitant in taking certain shots? Who knows? But can't really blame. If it wasn't for LeBron James last night, the Heat probably would have lost that game. Wade was really pretty much a non-factor. It was the LeBron James show last night, and he was starting to hear a lot more talk about maybe Durant was be the face of the league, and I guess LeBron had a statement game last night. And
yep, there's a lot of hating on that video, right? I was just hating. Hope this proves once and for all that what I've been saying in my videos is accurate and the truth. I have said that I used to be a LeBron fan, but over time, what happened is I started noticing things with LeBron that I didn't like. Like, you even heard me allude to it in that video from 5 years ago. 5 years ago now, I said that I started noticing that he wasn't taking the same type of shots he did with Cleveland. Now, I understand that he had a guy like Wade, okay, and he had a guy like Ray Allen on the team. But you got to remember, after that first year, Wade took LeBron to the side and said, hey, I need you to lead this team. So what used to bother me about watching LeBron when he was in Miami is that for 3 quarters, LeBron would lead the team. But then, I noticed in the 4 quarters, if the game got kind of tight, all of a sudden he would give it to James Jones or Mario Chalmers, and then all of a sudden, Wade had to try to pull some out of his ass and, make a key shot, or Boss, he might make a shot or he might miss, and all of a sudden everybody criticizes Boss. I don't want to get into all that, but that just rubbed me the wrong way with LeBron James. And that's why I'm critical of him, because I think that he's a tremendous talent, but I think that at the same time, he's a little bit of a mental midget when it comes to certain things. Or I don't want to say mental midget, but an emotional midget or something. I don't know if it's the right term, but let me segue into, yeah. And also, when you go against fanboys, sometimes you do kind of want to jab at these guys. So sometimes I exaggerate certain shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. But let me segue into what this video is about. And this video is about Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan once again saying that he believes that Kobe Bryant is a superior player to LeBron James. And he said he was asked a question. I think it was the same event where he responded to LeVar Ball, LeVar Ball question. He said, would I rank LeBron over Kobe? In terms of best of all time, no. There's something about 5 that beats 3. Kobe won 5 championships. LeBron won 3, although he's been to 7 consecutive finals. Now, Michael's about championships. Michael sees that as the determining factor as to, like, I think Michael sees that as a deciding factor as to ranking players. And he has every right to do that. And by that measure, he thinks that that puts Kobe above LeBron. That's his prerogative to do so. He's Michael Jordan. He should be able to do that. I personally don't do that. If you guys look at my top 50 list, for instance, if you'll notice, at number 49, I have Sam Jones. All right? Sam Jones won 10 NBA championships. Do you know who I have ranked one spot ahead of him? Reggie Miller, who won no NBA championships. I don't really look at titles unless I kind of, if it's a situation where I'm ranking players who are really, really, really close, you know, as far as, you know, how I have them determined all the time, then maybe I might look at championships to be like the, you know, have the horse race, you know, like just edge out for it by a nose, you know what I mean? But championships to me just are a little bit overblown, a little bit. Me personally, the reason why I just can't rank Kobe Bryant ahead of of LeBron James is because people want to talk about LeBron, right? And his desire to play with certain teammates on his team. Well, Kobe Bryant, when he won those 5 NBA championships, right, there was something always noticeable about his teams that were championships. Each one of those teams had a dominant post player on their roster. Of course, you had the first 3 championships, Shaquille O'Neal, a guy who I think is a top 10 all-time player or near it, a top 5 all-time center. The last couple championships that Kobe won, he had Pau Gasol, a guy who has scored over 20,000 career points and grabbed over 10,000 career rebounds, I believe. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. And he had Andrew Bynum, a guy who could have been a Hall of Famer if he only cared enough about basketball to really make an impact, a long-term impact on the game. And of course, injuries did derail him, but I just don't think he cared enough. But when he played at his peak, Andrew Bynum was a top 2 center, I believe, in the league. So when you have this talent up front, it offsets a lot of the negative things about Kobe. Of course, I thought Kobe was prone to taking bad shots. I thought Kobe wasn't as gifted physically as LeBron. Kobe to me is the epitome of maximizing your true potential. Kobe was not born, or Kobe did not arrive into the NBA as a superstar. He wasn't even good enough to start his last couple of years. He wasn't better than Eddie Jones until his third or fourth year into the league. But me personally, I look at the shooting percentages. I look at all these different other markers, and I just see LeBron being superior. Shooting percentage, 3 point percentage. The only area, really, in my opinion, where Kobe might have a significant advantage is free throw shooting. Everywhere else, generally speaking, LeBron James trumps him. And that's just my opinion. But tell me what you guys think.